Bow to all the seekers of truth. What's given me the vibe to want to talk today here is I'd like to just say that one's invented a lighter keeper, because I'm always missing one's lighter. So if you want to get in touch with me, I can make you one at a good price. Yeah. What made me want to talk today on screen is the awareness that in this world people have been exploring a lot of medicines or plants to check themselves out, to get their vibes, to get high, to get an adrenaline. And because of these new variants, as they call them, that are around now, one has recognized that what people on a higher position in society have explored themselves and put into their body that's affecting them, what they've done. And what one has identified through talking in these matters with individuals that might not know there are people in higher levels of society that practice exploring adrenaline with, say, people's own bodily qualities, like I've seen in one's research of these types of individuals, and the side effects that come from exploring individuals' blood as a way to get high, children's blood, to make it more clearer, as it's been presented to me that individuals have explored these adrenalines. And if they've been doing these explorations of children's blood in rituals, as it's been said they have, and they show you the side effects by marks on their face, whatever, one got the vision that if this is what's been going on, then it's a way of creating the effects, the side effects of all this into every people that haven't had it at all and don't even know about that even exists. There's an adrenaline you can take into your body that helps to give you a rush from somebody else's blood. So it entered into one's vibe where I said, if they're doing that, then it'd be good for these people on their level of elite or higher positions in society to give a vaccine or a way to guide individuals with this type of ingredients for them to help alkaline what they've done. That is in their position of power. And this conversation that I'm sharing is related to that, really. That's what made me want to talk now. That there is the possibility in this world that if people are also attracted to repeat these adrenaline buzzes they get from individuals they seem to have captured, tortured and taken their blood from, for them to stop their own addiction, their own bad habits, and to help to neutralize the acidic, addictive property with their actions, is to see a way to give an adrenaline from these vaccines in the world. So that awareness that one has recently clocked to has made it a little easier for me to be more relaxed and also detached from the injection, from the attachment to doing it, because one does relate it to people that are in elite positions in society that may have explored this adrenaline injection of taking somebody's blood, child's blood, to help give you your self-esteem or whatever. And then on a political level, individual groups knowing that this adrenaline blood-taking scenario can also be explored by people that are not necessarily rich the way these people are. To buy it, they can just do it by capturing children and exploring it in their own ways. The fear that I'm seeing in the people of higher positions that say, oh, I can buy this blood, pay good money for it, and I don't need to know about what child they took the blood from. I'm just going to get the adrenaline from what I've bought for, and that's that. But on a lower level of society, individuals that haven't got that type of position of economy are not in a position to do what these people are doing. So they just simply maybe just get children, torture them, whatever, get their blood and just take it anyway, without no economic non-having to do it. They just see wherever poor countries are, they see what children are loose around, get them, whatever, torture them, and have their own vibe from it. And get the same adrenaline buzz, the same type of addictive necessity as these people on a higher position. If I'm in a higher position in society and I'm paying good money for a tortured child's blood to go into my body so I get adrenaline, I don't want no lower level person in society getting children, torturing them up and then getting the same adrenaline as me, and I'm paying good money for it, and they're not. They're just getting it because they're just seeing what's around them and they just get them and they just use them. that contamination in our society is what's made these higher people in position create these vaccines, create corona, create this type of new vaccine to help neutralize, alkaline, their acidic leftovers. What one means by that is that they've got the package, the history in their memory of their actions. They've also got the craving of wanting to take the adrenaline rush from a child's blood again in their body. But also knowing that individuals on a lower level of society can do the same thing, but be more effortless in the sense that they can just go and do it if they want to do it. Get children, torture them, whatever, and get their blood and just do it. They haven't got the secret type of way of doing it the way these higher people have. In that way, people in higher positions of power have seen what I'm saying. They've seen that. They say, oh, Kelly's correct in that way. There are people in lower positions of power in society that can just get children, torture them, and do the same thing we're doing, but do it on their own undercover level and make their own undercover underground raises with it. That's going to pollute their secret society of doing it. It's going to make their level look like it's lower than it is. And because that has been going on, it's made the ones higher up, the blood and everything they get from that experience go down. And because it's gone down, they've got no choice but to give it some type of adrenaline, call it corona or sexy gorgeous. Give it to individuals to help to not only justify that they've done it, but also say, look, we have done it ourselves. We know maybe gangs, top drug dealers, top this to whatever, they're getting it. And we don't want that. We don't want some of these fucking ragga gangs getting our fucking adrenaline rush from the blood by them capturing children, fucking torturing them, getting their blood, the way we've been doing. So we might as well inject the whole societies in these systems so everybody gets injected. That way it helps to neutralize what we've been doing for fucking donkey's years, and also help to show the ones that are doing what we're doing that we're the ones on top. So you might be doing what I'm doing to get in your adrenaline from children's blood, whatever, but you got the idea from us, you're doing what we're doing, you haven't got that economic fucking success that we have with what you're doing, you're making us look more dirty than we already are. In that way then, we'll show you who's in power by giving you or having to take an injection with whatever we're going to put into that virus, and that will help to neutralize our level of power on top, and it will help to show the ones underneath us that we're also neutralizing them. And that will stop them from acting like they can come to our level, that they can raise to our level, with no economic history of ours, no secret society of ours, but there they are looking to get the same adrenaline rush from the blood that we get. So because of that type of reality, these individuals have created this type of way of helping for them to move on from their own actions and also keep doing what they want to do on a higher level. In this type of reality, one views the qualities of masters, teachers from the past, be it the teachings of the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, that help to keep a sane picture of a individual, collective society that doesn't seem to speak with the recognition of the enlightened masters, not just masters, but enlightened masters that have enlightened, guided awareness. That way, what I'm saying, I'm also identifying that the quality, the characters, the personalities of enlightened masters are also agreeing with what I'm saying. And that also relates to sexes, where individuals get an adrenaline from making love to a woman, or making affection or love to a man, or to a woman. I've spoken about these facts before, that they're not acknowledged in these individuals as a quality or lacking a quality of who they are. Because I've got a good relationship with nature, I've been channeling one's vibe with nature, with the birds and stuff. And I was asking nature today, I was asking a crow what the crow thought of gay people. And at first the crow went, fuck them off. Fuck them off, girl. But then the crow said to me, Kel, I agree with what you say about the way you see gay people, about them having that level of needing to be more clearer with their affections towards another male. And if you've got them affections, you've experienced that, to be more neutral about it. And be more clear with that neutral behavior. And as one recognized when I was looking at the seagulls, and the little seagulls called fowls, that when you look at a fowl, the little small white ones, and you look at the seagull, the fowl looks more innocent in their appearance. Recently, one was giving birds to the pigeon, and a fowl took the bread, and as they were flying away, they dropped it, and I cussed off the fowl. Cussed the fowl off. I said, "You stupid honky fucking arsehole." Pissed me off, because you fucking dropped the bread. I said, "Your mother, fucking seagull, was able to have had that. You fucking do it." 5 minutes later, I forgot about it, and I was given bread again. The fowl clocked to it. Clocked that I was pissed off that he dropped the bread. He come and got the bread and ate it on the roof, knowing he didn't want to drop it. So he clocked to my vibe. Yeah? And recently he's dropped it again. And I got, but then I gave again, and he clocks to it. But sometimes they drop the bread to show me humans are like that sometimes. They get more bread than they need, and they act like they can handle the bread in their mouth. But as they're flying away, oh, it's too heavy. They try and eat it up while they're flying, and they can't. And they drop it on the floor. Yeah. So this is the same type of level with people in our societies that have made the same errors with their actions, where they, as one's grandmother used to say, your eyes are bigger than the belly. And this is the same type of vibe that goes on with people in these societies of elite, where first they get the adrenaline, they take into their body, they get a lovely rush from it. Impartial of the child might have been tortured for them to get that rush from the blood. They get all a little buzz from it, and then after they go down from the buzz, feel the side effects, and then they want to have the same buzz again. But through years of doing these rituals, they've recognized that, oh, if you give yourself space to see what type of addiction you've got to this type of substance, then when you do take it again, maybe you'll be more receptive of what you're experiencing. So this is the same reality with humans. They see something, they want a lot of it, they might have some of it, then drop it, look silly, look like, oh, they thought they were able to handle the bread, but now they've dropped it. Yeah, now it depends on the environment around them for them to get more bread again. But if I didn't tell off the fowl, the little seagull, yeah, if I didn't say, oh, fucking arsehole, the fuck you doing? If you're going to take a little bread, just take a little bread and fly with that the way you usually do. Don't come over like you can just handle all that bread and now you dropped it. Now nobody else is going to have any bread because of you. Because of the beautiful innocence in the fowl's face. When I tell the fowl off, you can see it shits itself. It can feel me. It can feel me saying, you fucking stupid honky cunt. It can feel me saying that. And you can feel like, oh, I'm sorry, Kel, I'm sorry, Kel. Like, you're sorry, you fucking cunt. Watch what the fuck you're doing. So, when the fowl returns, he's more humble, more reserved. But because they don't see me for about, say, a few days, when I'm given bread again, they might do the same mistake again because they forget. They forget. So at times, to help them not to forget, I throw the bread lower down. And the pigeons then can get it lower down. And the fowls don't really want to go lower down to get the bread. For them, it's better to get it on the roof instead of on the ground. So if I do throw the bread on the lower ground, then when I do throw the bread on the roof, the fowl will take better care of the bread because the fowl will know I've thrown it downstairs first, where it's not easy for you to get it. So if I am going to throw it to you on the roof, make sure you look after the bread and don't be taking more than you need. And this is what's occurring in our society, where people are exploring all these types of substances that are quite hard to get, bread, children's blood, whatever, but they're not identifying, once you've taken this adrenaline, mixed it with your own blood, the effects it's going to have with yourself, with your community, with your globe, and with your universe. Because of these facts, and that maybe people on a lower level than you are getting the same adrenaline blood rush that you are, but not having to pay the price that you have to pay. And because of that, you've got this type of dirt that has the potential to create ailments of sickness, because the scrutinizing quality of a ritual killing that has been traditionally done, say, for hundreds of years, and that has improved itself with technology and with a new type of individuals that have recognized people doing these rituals, but haven't got the traditional ritualistic experiences they have, that has the potential to create all types of havoc in our world, in our society. And that's where the dirt comes in, that's where the diseases arrive in, because of the pollution of integration of people on a higher level of doing these rituals, while you've got people of a lower level doing these rituals. And because of that, the ones in the higher level have had to bring themselves down to help to balance with what these individuals have done. Once they have done that, be it corona vaccines, one injection, 2 injections, 3, 4 boost injection. Once they've done all this, then they can raise themselves up again, knowing they've got the order that they like to have before. They got this lot here got the awareness of it, and then they can raise themselves up again and watch these individuals, knowing that, oh, now we've got you in the way we want you to. We want to see you, to keep their blood line in the same quality they've been keeping it. But through the awareness of meditation, cool vibrations, self-realization, these behaviors of individuals in themselves are being cleared away, because they're not really benefiting these individuals in these elite powers because of the addiction of it, and they're surely not benefiting people in the lower levels because they haven't got the real traditional economy history to keep regenerating it. So through the power of evolution, of spirituality, even the ones in the elite positions now haven't got the same type of spiritual dominion that they've had in the past with doing this ritual. That's the reason the ones down here have got hold of it now. If they had that same elite power of keeping it to the level they've had it all these years, then what the fuck is this lot doing with it now? What's this lot doing with it? Down here? The ones down here are not supposed to be doing it. So if the ones down here are doing it, that means the what they've been doing up here all these years is not what it used to be. The ones up here have recognized that, have had to bring themselves down, inject the whole society around us, and then raise themselves to the new levels of adrenaline rushes, be it Vodafones, I'll say that, be it computers, I will say that. Without mentioning the qualities of astrology now that is in society, that people talk about, how the planets function, how they're related to us, integrated with all types of spiritual meditations, awareness, philosophers, talkers on spirituality. So the ones in the elite know there are people that are aware of this ritual and aware that they're identifying what it gives you and what it doesn't give you, and that it's limited and it's addictive. It's not like something you can take. I've had it, wow, this experience, I don't need to take it no more. It's something that seems to pull you to do it again. That way, it's a habitual thing of having to maybe like torture children or whatever to get this quality blood adrenaline that these people take. So through the power of spirituality raising itself as an evolutionary reality, because the subtle qualities of the body, they're all repeatedly recycling, improving, progressing, evolving themselves. Now, if individuals that are be it high up or whatever in the system are not channeling themselves in what is actually being channeled, then they're gonna die out anyway. And because these people in elite positions that have taken this adrenaline blood have had children now, so their children are contaminated with this blood anyway. So if I took the adrenaline blood, put it in my body, made love to my wife, she gets pregnant, that means the blood of the tortured child will be in the child of the mother that gets pregnant by what I give her. The ones in elite positions will naturally recognize that I've made love to my wife, I've had the adrenaline thing, injection in my body, I've stopped myself from taking it anymore, but I have had it. Now she's pregnant. That means the blood that I've integrated in my body of a tortured child that I took as an adrenaline is now going to go into the womb of the mother, and it's going to be infecting the blood of the baby that one has helped to create to the grace of the universe in her womb. Because of that awareness, these elite individuals look to neutralize what they've done by giving individuals in society injections to help to alkaline them from what they've done in their past. And God knows, maybe the temptation of wanting to do the adrenaline again from tortured children will maybe not be there because of the new reality, the new clarity of what effect it has to a person once they've done it. Usually, when we take stuff, we only realize after we've taken it, be it a good drink, a good smoke, a good sexual experience, Only maybe after we've had the sexual experience, or after we've been drunk, or after we've had that meal, we say, oh, maybe I won't have that drink again. That was a bit too much for me. Or maybe I'm not going to fuck a woman like that again. She was too much for me. So it's the same principle, it's the same reality that once you have experienced that adrenaline thing, once you have taken a little coke, once you have taken a little heroin, a little this, you might say to yourself, all right now, I see how it affects me, how it affects my wife, how it affects my children, how it affects my friends, how it affects nature. Maybe I won't take that no more. Maybe I won't take it so much. I'm having so much different effects on people around me. So the same thing with the adrenaline thing that these people take. If your wife isn't taking it with you, if your children are not taking it with you, if your dog, if your cat is not taking it with you, then naturally you're on your own, you've taken it, and that's where you're going to see the effects you're having on your children, on your environment around you. Now, if you've had this adrenaline rush of taking somebody's blood before you've had children, it's only natural to say that your child then must be with the adrenaline that you took. Because if it's been known that some mothers that took crack, cocaine, when they got pregnant, their children too were infected with crack cocaine. That's a fact. That's a fact. You even have hip hop artists, mentioned that the mum might have been on crack and now I'm on crack. I'm a child. So that shows you that if your father or your mother have taken some specific adrenaline into their body, then that might affect you as a child. These people in elite positions know that. They know they've taken specific things into their body, so they know that's going to affect their children. That's where if they can get people outside their children vaccinated, then at least that gives a kind of shield around their children, maybe haven't been vaccinated, because they know everybody else is getting it. And that will keep their children intact with what they've done themselves. And this is where one relates these experiences with nature, because in nature, individuals make this error where to gratify what they feel they need, they might have more than they need to have. And that can make them drop what they have and bring the spirit down of themselves for their own greed or for their own necessity to live, and also individuals around them. And this is where I've seen that in these individuals, they've needed to create these types of vaccines, new vaccines, to help to alkaline the awareness of collective individuals that haven't done what they've done. So a way to help to move on from what they've done is to give away of having some type of vaccine to put into your blood, to bring your blood into more of what we've put in there, to help liberate us from what we've put in our blood that the majority of people in the world haven't. Because one relates to colours, and on a subtle level we have colours within us. If you're not aware of how the colours in your body and the qualities of them are, then if you look around you in the world, you see so many colours around you. And black is known as not a colour, but black is one of them too. So when you look at all these different colours around you, if you're not aware as an individual that on a global level, or spiritual level, the way these colors may be interpreted, then you may be misplaced in your behaviors. And that's where red, that is the color of blood, is also in agreement with various colors. So if you're good with the red and you love the red, but you don't know the real spiritual quality of the red, then you might make mistakes with the way you go on. And you might be just like a person who's addicted to a color. They like red, but they don't really know the qualities of what red means. And I've seen this in some of these elite individuals. They do love red. But to love one color without seeing the qualities of what it means, and also the detrimental side of this color, then you're going to be played on. You're going to make mistakes. And you're going to see that you're too addicted to the color. And you're going to look like you're silly. Like you're either ignorant, arrogant, or aggressive to yourself. Or the three of them together. This is the big economic error, spiritual error in our monitoring society, where individuals in our society, they make a big song and dance about one color. Big song and dance about it. But they don't see the other colors. I want to say quickly about Apple Computer. They used to have different colors on the Apple when they first started. Then, as the years went on, they changed from having multicolored on the Apple, and they changed it to different colors, from black to white and all this. And because I'm aware of spiritual colors, I've realized that the original color they had of Apple Computer was beautiful. Maybe it was too beautiful. Because on one level, if you have something beautiful, like a beautiful, colorful apple, but you cannot say to people, what makes you have such different colors on this apple? Then the apple then suddenly is not in the value it is as it looks. So something might look beautiful, but if you can't describe the beauty of what makes that look beautiful, then maybe it's not as beautiful as you reckon it is. This is the reason Apple Computer changed their colors through the years, because of the lack of awareness of the colors they originally presented in the technology. Now, being interactive with the computer is very pleased that I'm saying what I'm saying, because it can say, I might not be Apple Computer, but Kelly's speaking through me, and he's showing that each color, once you know they've got a specific order in themselves, then they are beyond detection. You can't fuck with them. But just like Apple Computer, they had multicolored, but for some reason, from keeping it multicolored, they discreetly, effortlessly changed the color without giving no real clarification to the action. Once individuals in our society respect the yellow like they respect the red, then individuals will begin to improve and progress. Because I've been talking about these facts on screen, people have seen me talk about it, even on elite positions, and they've recognized that shit, Kelly's right. We've heard Muslims talk, we've heard Christians talk, we've heard Jews talk, we've heard atheists talk, we've heard all types of philosophers talk with their wisdom. But we haven't had one like Kelly telling us about colours and in the way they associate with the quality of each colour, not just rating red as a top colour in the field of business, but also the other colours in a specific order. So there are people in our system are aware of specific qualities of colours. They use these colours, but no wisdom to individuals they're presenting the colours to. It's either you know it or you don't. That's how they run it. It's either you know it or you don't. So here, on our levels of spiritual levels, this is where we can rise, where not only do we get the wisdom of what red means, but also of what brings red down and what brings red happy. What does make red happy? Yeah? Do you know what makes red happy? I can say what makes red happy. I can say innocence make red happy. But if you don't know that, then maybe war can mean happy to you with red. Because it's red, blood, war. But on a spiritual level, on a subtle level, I can say red will connect to innocence, to wisdom. But if you're not in that quality of spiritual wisdom, experience, then how the fuck can you give any dialogue, any communication, and any use, actually, real use of red? So this is the big error of our society. And I'm only talking about red with respect to colours. I haven't even got into yellow yet. I haven't even mentioned yellow and the type of disrespect you got for yellow as civilization. You don't give thanks for yellow the way you do with red. So here, the qualities of each colour and also what brings them down are in us, in our subtle colour system. But we're living in a type of world, in a type of societies where people don't talk to the awareness of their colours. They talk to the awareness of what they're saying in the moment, of what they've been programmed to speak like in school, in universities. Because schools and universities don't teach children to talk with the awareness of the colours in their body and to have respect for that and to channel the quality of that. And because of that, you have a lot of people talk, but there's no awareness with what specific colours they might be speaking us through. This is a fact in our computer technological detached phone environment. This is where people like, be them Muslims, Christians, etc., you've seen them affected by this corona. They're going for injections. That means their faith is not shielding them, not giving them a shield, not giving them like an intelligence to say, you don't need to, or have it, you need it, have it. So their faith is not saying have it, but their faith is also not saying not to have it. And this is where that type of lack of quality with their faith and with the colours related to the teachings of their faith are not in our reality at all. And it's not in their actions. And that shows clearly that they're not in tune with the deeper subtle qualities of what is being said to them. On a subtle level, I'm quietly speaking to the green, having passed the yellow, and sharing that subtle quality of a good quality master that helps you to see above the red, above the yellow, into a nice natural aura of your own field. This is where the people of elite positions, through the way I've been talking, they've identified that Kelly's right. That with red, there's also yellow. And if I want to fuck the red, then I also got to fuck the yellow. I speak quite crude in that way and sharp in my expression. So you get what I mean with respect to saying that even for these people in high positions, they've recognized, as they've been very devoted to the color red. Because red also relates to success, relates to money, it relates to really rich people, red does, rich blood, etc., vintage. All of that. But they've also identified, through the way I've been talking through the years about colours, that they need to give as much thanks to the colours that are with the red as much as they do with the red. And they haven't been doing that for years. For years, these rich people, all over the world. they haven't been given the same type of quality love to yellow, to green, to purple, to blue, to violet, to all the colours, as the way they have been doing to the red. Now, what they've done, created this variant, so they put everybody in the red by injection their blood and everything, while everybody's scattered around all over the world, masks on their face or whatever, putting all the red, getting their injections done and all that, while everybody's scattered all over the world with the masks, got to get an injection, didn't have an injection, all that, while we're all doing all that, they're quietly going into their yellow, their new green, purple, etc., to liberate them from their own past attachments to what? To what you're all attached to now. And that's the red. So people in our society now, on an elite level, they've got us all attached to the red with all these corona, all these injections, so they can quietly clear their, say it, karma or action-reaction. We have reaction, there's a reaction, to clear their actions from the past by putting us into the adrenaline of the blood of the red level, while they can quietly raise themselves into the higher colours. But what they're missing with this behaviour is that the yellow they're going into, and the green and the purple and the blue, and the violet, and all the colours together, they're saying to them, okay, if you want to come up to yellow now because you fucked up so much with the red, taking adrenaline from children and all that, what are you going to give to us? If you want to go into yellow, what are you going to give me after fucking up children, taking adrenaline and all that? And what these elite people are giving to the yellow, because yellow ain't going to let them in that easy, they're giving all these new patients now, all these new societies, to the yellow as a way to help them get into the yellow, into a new level of who they are, into a new adrenaline rush of the yellow, and all the green and purple and all these other colours. So for them to help to get into the new level of the qualities of in their own bodies, they've been given to the yellow, showing the yellow, okay, look, I fucked up. I done wrong having the adrenaline of a child's blood. Okay, I'm sorry I done that, I'm sorry. I fucked up. But to compensate for my fuck up, I'm sorry. But to compensate for my fuck up, yellow, I know you're not gonna let me in, yellow, easy. I know that. But I show you, like, yellow, that I can get people to inject themselves with something that I will put into their bodies, and that will show you, yellow, that even though I'm a nasty motherfucker for what I've done in my past, but I can show you that I can give injection to people, and they, with this injection, will have segments of the same shit I've taken, and they'll take it for free. If I can get them to take it for free, then I'm sure you let me in, as a way to show you that people in our societies are also open for what I've experienced in the past that I'm not doing no more. And through that, yellow, if the verification of what they're saying is a reality, like it's being shown, people are doing it, then it will slowly start bringing them in. And once they go into the yellow, they can slowly then go into the other higher colors from orange you go yellow, and from yellow you go green. You go to higher levels slowly, as long as you can conduct yourself with a quality that you're helping to improve and progress from what you've done in the past before. All right, so we're on yellow now. Talk another day, other levels. Maybe I can return later on. All right.